There we go. You know, I might get this music thing down pat. I do it enough. Twice a day. Practice makes you know what.
Day I rush around, but I'm still on the ground.
Come on in.
On the ground. I'll soon be fluttering if I can find my wings.
Yeah, come on.
Find my wings.
We gotta find our wings.
Impatiently, I want to fly today, but I hear a gentle voice inside me say,
Happy tea time.
slow and steady
Steps will be my pace.
slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly. I'm starting to believe I only race with me, only me. I can't give to someone else this journey for myself. It's for myself. Since my best is all I have, it is enough. I can see a ray of hope. I've got to trust that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly, and I will soar. I will reach the sky, a little at a time. I'm reaching, I keep believing that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race. It will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly.
Oh, wow. Okay, folks. You know, when I first got organized, I realized that I had always, when I first started wanting to get organized, it was that New Year's Day in January 1st of 1999. And I woke up with that proverbial resolution that every woman that I know has made their whole lives except for my sister Patty. She's born organized. But I woke up and said, this year I'm going to get organized. What in the world does that mean? When you I wish I knew languages better, but maybe I can decipher, go in and dig out the origin of organize. Organ. Robert could probably help me with that. I might do a deep dive on get organ on the word organized. What is it? What does it mean? Where does it come from? Well, for us in the we women, we want everything to be pretty. Pretty is organization to us. So that's why we gather up these pretty little boxes and Rubbermaid bins and we start stuffing things in them. But guess what? Those bins just throw up when we start looking for something and we never find it. I know there's a car title somewhere in this house that I lost many years ago when Justin asked me to hold his car title. Now I would give it to Robert and have him to put it in the safe, but we didn't have a safe then. And life is fickle, We learn our lessons as we go. We're not all given these lessons when we're born. We have to go through trials and tribulations that prepare us to go to heaven one day. And it's, we've been sent to this earth. And, if it means getting organized is what's going to help us be closer to God, then we need to do it. For me, when I started getting rid of my clutter, organization came easy. You can't organize clutter. You have to get rid of it. That when we try to make rhyme or reason of all the stuff we have and we really don't have room for those things, it is important for us to get rid of the things that we don't love, we don't use, we don't have a place for, we have two of. We need to get rid of it. One of my fun things to do, and yes, I do like to do fun things. I'm not all work and no play. I do like to watch some strange videos. I know I've got this couple in Belgium who's they're reclaiming their 112-year-old farmhouse. And they don't speak English very well. They're learning English, but they are hard workers. And when you just put your arm to the plow and just, as we say in the South, hit a lick at a snake, get something done, they are the hardest working people I have ever seen, besides B and Theo, who are in Portugal. They are working hard at Theo was a videographer, which his skill comes in quite handy when you're making videos and traveling the world in your van. I'm not ever going to do that because I live right where I want to be. But one day my grandchildren may want to do that. Who knows? There's nothing stopping them from doing there are people who put their family in a bus and travel all over the country or an RV. And I've met some of them when I've been out in Utah. And Eric and Ashton and Andy and I walked out on this pier and there was this family out there, a large family, a mother and a dad, and they looked at me and they saw the Fly Lady on my jacket and they said, "Do you do Fly Lady?" And Eric just died laughing. And Eric finally said, "No, she is the Fly Lady." And they just went wild. But I'm just like they are. They have chosen to live their life homeschooling their children, traveling around this has been many years ago, traveling around to different parts of the country where nurses were needed. The husband was a nurse. The mother homeschooled 6 children, I believe, and a couple of little ones. And she did it in an RV. It's not a lot of beds in an RV. But people are taking old RVs and turning them into something. You can't even buy an RV right now. But to sell everything you have and move into an RV or a motorhome or a van. I don't know how you live with kids in a van. I don't know. I don't have a clue about that. But one of my first jobs growing up, when I was 18, was working in a campground where people came and camped. My son Justin was named after one of those campers who was a little boy that I just fell in love with. He was from Illinois, and he is Justin's namesake. His dad and I both worked in this campground, and it was just a great community of people that would come together. Some people would come and camp for 2 weeks at a time. You couldn't camp for very long periods. You had to move to another campsite. But there were lakefront campsites. It was just beautiful. The community. But if you have a house full of clutter, you're never going to leave that clutter. We have had people who have refused to go on vacation because they couldn't leave their house. They would take their 2 weeks vacation and try to clean. Your house isn't going to get clean in 2 weeks. That's why I played that song, Slow and Steady. We have to stop the crash and burn. Crash and burn is we want what we want and we want it now. That doesn't happen in the real world. That just does not happen. I know once upon a time, many years ago, Oprah's producers called me up. And they wanted me to come on their show. And I refused. Some people say I made a mistake, but I didn't do it. Because what they wanted me to do was to treat this lady who was depressed because she just lost her husband and her house had just fallen apart right around her. Her bird was flying around, her dog was pooping, both of them were pooping everywhere. It was an unsanitary, dare I say, unholy mess. And they wanted me to come and clean her house. I don't come and clean your house. I motivate you to do it yourself, because if somebody comes in and does it for you, it's not going to stay that way. It's really not ever going to stay that way, because in just a few weeks you're going to be back to your normal, what's normal for you, a total chaotic mess. But if you take some ownership of it, if you decide that it's important for you to get rid of this clutter, pretend like you're moving and you don't want to move clutter. That'll help you get rid of stuff. I watched another couple, sometimes I just let YouTube play itself. And there was this couple that came up who, they don't dumpster dive. A couple or 3 times a year, they have bulk garbage pickup in some New Jersey oceanfront communities. And they go into this area where all this stuff is piled up on the sides of the street the night before, and they're going to be picking it up tomorrow, and they go in and they make a living from taking somebody else's trash and selling it. People who don't take the time to do that. So where there's a will, there's a way. You can put free on it about out at the curb, and you're going to be surprised. The stuff is going to be gone if it's good stuff. Furniture flippers, they buy stuff at yard sales for $10 and turn it into $90. This is the American way, y'all. This is the way we can make a profit from something and a little elbow grease, and we can make a living. We don't have to we don't have to wait. We don't have to wait for that check to come in the mail from the government, because we know how to flip a piece of furniture, and sometimes it's easy as a little sandpaper and some elbow grease. So start getting rid of your clutter. Transform some of your clutter into a wonderful way to redo a room. I mean, I was thinking about, I've got a table right over there that I love. This table, Mama Louise gave me that table many years ago. I have had it for 30 years. I love the table, but it may need to be painted white. Might need to be painted white or cream colored. I don't know. It might just need to be washed. But guess what? Right now it blesses me. It wouldn't go with me it would not go with me in a minivan traveling the country. It wouldn't do that. It wouldn't go in an RV. But it goes in my room here. And I'm taking that little area and turning it into my prayer area. I have a chair, and I have my prayer shawl that somebody gave me that I'm going to lay over the back of the chair so that I can wrap it around me. So find a little portion of your house that you can turn into your prayer area. Do it. Stop crashing and burning because you don't have what you want right now, and then you wear yourself out to the point that you can't keep going. Stop the crash and burn syndrome by taking it slow and steady. So when July the 1st rolls around, where's my book? I got it right here. We're going to start on this book again. We're going to take baby steps. Tell your friends. Share this video. Get this book. Get our Back to Basics package. And let's get started taking these baby steps. Because when you take these baby steps and work your way into establishing habits, habits are quite simple. Psychologists tell us that it takes 21 days to form a new habit. Well, they don't know what they're talking about when they're talking to people like us. They have no clue. No clue. What I know for a fact, and this is one of the things I discovered on that New Year's Day. I'm bringing it full circle, y'all. Don't give up on me. What I discovered on that New Year's Day was I had never established a habit. I just was flying by the seat of my pants in my little card file system. And that habit never happened. When a habit isn't established, it can fly by night. That's another person I just saw on a great podcast. It's called Midnight Oil. And she's just got a very quiet demeanor about her. And she talks about her dreams and what they mean. She has some help with them. But it's the first time I ever heard her. So I'm going to build my little prayer area right there in my red chair. That chair came from Europe, and that chair was used as a pattern for many chairs in the furniture industry. And it's a beautiful, beautiful chair. And it's my prayer chair. 8 people have died sitting in that chair. And if I died in prayer, that would be wonderful. But we don't do things fast anymore. We've got to establish those habits. And what I realized on that New Year's Day was that I didn't establish a habit. So I decided to pick one habit to practice for the whole month of January. The whole month of January. That simple. Just the whole month of January. And that was keeping my sink clean and shiny. And then I picked another habit, decluttering 15 minutes a day. That did more for my house than anything. The next habit was getting dressed to lace up shoes every morning. First thing, don't pass go until you can get dressed to lace up shoes. And you got your hair fixed and your makeup on. Our moisturizer right now is so humid in the air. I don't need any moisturizer. And I'm drinking my water, which is the best moisturizer of all. April's habit was making your bed. May's habit is moving for 15 minutes. Moving your body. June's habit is drinking your water. That's what we're practicing now. And we got water bottles on sale, and they are going fast because somebody bought 20 yesterday. July's habit is swish and swipe. So get your toilet bowl brush. Toilet bowl brush. You need one in every bathroom. And you don't even need a vase. You don't even need one of our vases. Just get a glass jar or a vase you've gotten flowers in, a sugar container, a pretty vase that you have under a mayonnaise jar even. Just put some Dawn dishwashing liquid down in it or some old shampoo that you don't like the smell of, and just stick it down in there. And let it drip. Put the same part water in it, a 50-50 solution, and let it drip, and then swish your toilet every day. And your toilet's never going to look grimy. Every bathroom needs one of these. And now we have a new sale with these two items. They're not promotional in their pictures, but the Rubber Scrubber, I use this in every room. I deferred my couch with it yesterday. Yeah, deferred my couch with it. And I use it in my bedroom. I use it to rub the dog with. The dog loves it. Tulip absolutely loves it. I use it in my kitchen. I use it to clean the bottoms of shoes. I sweep my basement steps with it. I have one everywhere. And now we got a sale for $11.95 for these two items. That's a deal, y'all. That is a deal. So get your toilet bowl brush in every bathroom. So that's July. August habit is laundry. We do a load of laundry every day. Make that a habit, because laundry stops you from going on a quick little trip. Laundry stops you from packing. Laundry stops you from getting ready in the morning. Laundry is a stumbling block. The devil's using laundry to keep you from getting dressed in the morning. September is your before bed routine. Oh, your day starts out so much better when you have a before bed routine. You think about tomorrow. You get a head start, and that makes rolling into getting ready for school, and even if you're homeschooling, a before bed routine really makes it easy on you. October is getting rid of our paper clutter. November is menu planning, which we need. Tuesday's our day to menu plan. And December is taking care of you, pampering yourself. Giving yourself a manicure. I don't like nail polish. I don't like my nails to be not breathing. I used to have really long fingernails. My nails are really hard, and I can grow long fingernails. But they became a point of ego with me. And I realized I based my self-worth on how pretty my fingernails were. And that was just wrong. So I cut them all off and haven't really painted them since. Now, sometimes I paint my toenails, but I don't like that either, because I'm not usually barefoot, and I rarely wear sandals. I've got some dress sandals that I'll wear. But there you have it. If you'll get rid of your clutter, you'll have fewer things to hold you back from what you're supposed to be doing. And get rid of the notion that you can't wiggle your nose like I Dream of Jeannie. That dates me, just so you know. But you can't, take your magic wand and flick it and make it go away. It just doesn't work like that. We are not magical people. We have 2 hands and 2 feet and a couple of arms and a brain. And if we take it slow and steady, we will get stuff done. And it might not all get done at once. Our perfectionism is what wants us to get it all done right now. Let go of your perfectionism. It doesn't need to be perfect. Perfect causes you not to do anything. So let it go. Take care of yourself through the process. Take the baby steps and get it done. Maybe you're unpacking 1 box a day. That's 1 more box than you did yesterday. If you moved and you haven't unpacked yet. My sister just moved. She's got boxes. But is she getting in a hurry? No. She's taking her time and putting things where they belong. So let go of the crash and burn mentality. Go slow. Remember the fable of the tortoise and the hare? Slow and steady wins the race. You can do this. Slow and steady will get you there. Say a little prayer for me, y'all. I have twisted my knee, and I don't know how I did it. I think I put on a pair of sandals to go to dinner the other night, and I wasn't used to wearing them, and they have. I don't know what's wrong. I'm doubling up on the collagen, and I am going to drinking collagen bone broth, and I'm putting magnesium oil on it. But I do need your prayers because it's slowing me down just a little bit. Anyway, folks, it's waking me up in the middle of the night. That's not good. And I know with your prayers, things will get better. I love you all. Be good, kind, and sweet. Good to yourself, kind to others, and let the love that is inside of you overflow so that the whole world knows that Jesus is inside of you. Yeah. And if you're not a Christian, now's the time. I'm setting up my little prayer corner so where I can do my hour of power every day. I love you all. Talk to you in the morning. It's Anti-Procrastination Day. Be sure and share this video because Liz will be picking somebody tomorrow night. Thursday is question and answer day, and Friday it's the weekend again. Time flies when you're having fun. See you later.